What if I told you there are two races happening right now, and both will reshape civilization within the next decade? The first race, artificial general intelligence machines that don't just assist us, they surpass us. According to Metaculus, the median prediction for AGI is 2031, 6 years away, but the 25th percentile forecast puts it as early as 2027, just 2 years away. The second race, economic automation. Not some jobs lost, widespread displacement of human workers. McKinsey projects that up to 375 million workers globally may need to switch occupational categories by 2030. In the US alone, 39 to 73 million American workers may need to switch occupational categories by 2030. That's potentially up to 46% of current US jobs. Here's the twist. These aren't separate races. They're feeding each other in an accelerating loop. AI gets smarter. Companies adopt it. Jobs vanish. Wealth concentrates. That wealth funds more AI research, and the loop speeds up. Sam Altman wrote in January 2025 that OpenAI is now confident we know how to build AGI as we have traditionally understood it. Geoffrey Hinton, who won the Nobel Prize for his foundational work on the tech behind modern AI, left Google to publicly warn about existential risks from AI, stating he believes there's a 10 to 20% probability it could lead to human extinction. So here's the question: what happens when both singularities hit at once? Defining the two races. So let's break this down. What exactly are these two races? The first is what technologists call the AI Singularity, the moment when artificial intelligence becomes capable of improving itself recursively without human intervention. You build an AI smart enough to design a better version of itself. That better version designs an even smarter one. The cycle accelerates exponentially until machine intelligence is so far beyond human comprehension that we can't even predict what happens next. This isn't science fiction. The concept was formalized back in 1965 by statistician I.J. Good, who called it an intelligence explosion. He wrote, "The first ultra-intelligent machine is the last invention that man need ever make." The second race is what economist Callum Chase calls the Economic Singularity, the point at which automation makes human labor economically obsolete. Not unemployed, obsolete, meaning there's no job a human can do better or cheaper than a machine. We've had automation for centuries. The Industrial Revolution replaced manual labor with machines. But workers adapted. They moved into new roles that machines couldn't do. But this time is different. AI doesn't just replace your hands, it replaces your brain. Radiologists, in some peer-reviewed studies, including Stanford's ChexNet research, AI systems have matched or approached radiologist-level accuracy on specific tasks like chest X-ray interpretation. Lawyers, GPT-4 scores in the 90th percentile on the bar exam. Software developers. GitHub reported that Copilot now generates between 40% and 46% of code in several popular programming languages. And here's where it gets wild. These two singularities aren't racing in parallel, they're converging. Every breakthrough in AI accelerates automation. Every wave of automation generates profits. Those profits fund more AI research. It's a feedback loop, and it's speeding up. You're watching two exponential curves racing toward each other. And when they collide, that's the inflection point where everything changes. How close is the AI singularity? Let's look at the trajectory. In 2016, AlphaGo beat the world champion at Go, a game so complex it has more possible moves than atoms in the universe. Experts said this was decades away. It happened in a weekend. 4 years later, AlphaFold cracked the protein folding problem that stumped biologists for 50 years. What used to take researchers months now takes minutes. Nature called it one of the biggest scientific breakthroughs of the century. Then in 2022, DALL-E and Midjourney started generating art indistinguishable from human work. In blind tests, people, including experienced artists, often couldn't reliably tell AI art from human work. That same year, ChatGPT launched. And within 5 days, it had 1 million users. It took Instagram 2.5 months to hit that number. It took Netflix 3.5 years. By 2023, GPT-4 was scoring in the 99th percentile on the GRE verbal section and the 89th percentile on SAT math. According to OpenAI's technical report, we're talking about a machine outperforming 90% of humans on tests designed to measure human intelligence. In medicine, Google's MedPalm 2 has been reported to score around 85% on US medical licensing exam-style questions. In coding, Devin AI, released in 2024 by Cognition Labs, is designed to write entire programs from scratch, debug them, and deploy them autonomously. Here's the pattern. Every milestone we thought was a decade away is happening in months. The curve isn't linear, it's exponential. GPT-2 had 1.5 billion parameters in 2019. GPT-3 had 175 billion in 2020. More than a 100 times jump in 1 year. Each generation represents a massive leap in scale and capability. But here's what should really get your attention. The systems getting built right now aren't just tools, they're agents. They set goals, break them into steps, and execute tasks autonomously. AutoGPT, Baby AGI, Microsoft's Copilot Studio, these systems act independently. You give them an objective, and they figure out how to achieve it. That's the beginning of recursive self-improvement. And the companies building this? They're in an arms race. OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, Meta, xAI, billions of dollars, thousands of researchers, the most powerful computing infrastructure ever built. In October 2024, Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, stated that powerful AI, which he describes as approaching AGI-level capabilities, could arrive as soon as 2026 to 2027. Demis Hassabis, CEO of Google DeepMind and co-winner of the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for AlphaFold, has stated that AGI could be achievable within a few years rather than decades. These are the people building the systems, and they're not saying maybe, they're saying soon. So when you hear AI Singularity, don't think distant future. Think right now. The race is already underway, and we're in the final lap. The Economic Singularity is here. And unlike AGI, this one isn't theoretical. It's already happening.
Amazon is slashing 14,000 corporate jobs.
Target is preparing to cut 1,800 corporate jobs.
UPS also slashing nearly 48,000 workers.
In February 2024, Klarna announced that its AI customer service assistant was handling 2.3 million customer conversations per month, equivalent to the work of 700 full-time agents. The company projected this would improve profits by $40 million in 2024. In January 2024, Duolingo laid off 10% of its contractors, mostly translators and content writers. Why? Because GPT-4 was doing their jobs faster and cheaper. In April 2023, Dropbox cut about 500 employees, around 16% of its workforce, to pivot resources into AI. In May 2023, IBM paused hiring for approximately 7,800 back-office positions. CEO Arvind Krishna told Bloomberg these roles could be replaced by AI and automation. This isn't just customer service and contractors. Copywriters are watching AI generate campaign slogans in seconds. Graphic designers are competing with Midjourney and Adobe Firefly. Financial analysts are using AI assistants that can analyze earnings reports faster than any human team. Walmart is rolling out AI-powered inventory and warehouse automation. Amazon has deployed over 750,000 robots across its warehouses. McDonald's is testing highly automated concept stores in Texas, where ordering and pickup are handled by kiosks and apps, cutting front-of-house staff sharply. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about replacing workers, it's about devaluing human labor entirely. In the past, when automation hit one industry, workers moved to another. Factory jobs disappeared, but service jobs grew. There was always somewhere else to go. But what happens when AI is better than humans at everything cognitive? Self-driving trucks are being tested by TuSimple and Aurora. Amazon's Just Walk Out technology eliminates cashiers. DeepL and neural translation systems are approaching human-level accuracy. 11 labs can clone any voice with seconds of audio. And here's the brutal math. The US workforce is roughly 161 million people. If McKinsey's projections are right, and 39 to 73 million American workers need to switch occupational categories by 2030, that's 24% to 46% of all jobs in 5 years. Now, some people say, but new jobs will be created. That's what always happens. And yes, historically, that's true. But here's the problem. The speed is different. The Industrial Revolution took 80 years to reshape the workforce. The internet economy took 30 years. AI is doing it in 5. There's no time to retrain, no time to adapt. The gap between your job exists and your job is obsolete is collapsing. And the people who own the AI, they're getting richer at a pace we've never seen before. Oxfam reported that in 2024 alone, billionaire wealth grew by $2 trillion. That's $5.7 billion per day. The wealth isn't trickling down, it's concentrating up. So here's the reality. We're not heading toward the economic singularity. We're already in it. The feedback loop. So we've got two exponential curves racing toward us. But here's what makes this truly unprecedented. They're feeding each other. Let me show you how the loop works. Step 1. AI gets smarter. AlphaGo, AlphaFold, GPT-4, Devin AI. Every year these systems get more capable. Step 2. Companies adopt the smarter AI. Klarna projects $40 million in savings. Duolingo cuts contractors. Dropbox sheds 500 employees. The business case is obvious. AI is cheaper, faster, and doesn't need benefits. Step 3. Jobs vanish fast. And this isn't just low-skill work. It's translators, analysts, designers, coders. Step 4. Wealth concentrates. When companies replace humans with AI, the savings go to shareholders. And who owns the AI companies? Jensen Huang at NVIDIA, Satya Nadella at Microsoft, Sundar Pichai at Google, Sam Altman at OpenAI. Step 5, and this is where the loop closes, that concentrated wealth funds more AI research. Microsoft invested $13 billion into OpenAI. Google DeepMind has an estimated budget of over $1 billion per year. Meta spent over $39 billion on infrastructure in 2024, which brings us back to step 1. AI gets smarter, and the loop repeats, faster each time. This feedback loop is already exponential. Every breakthrough in AI doesn't just add capability, it multiplies it. And unlike past industrial revolutions, there's no natural break. In the 1800s, you needed factories, raw materials, physical infrastructure. Building a steam engine took years. But AI, it scales at the speed of software. You train a model once and you can deploy it to 1 billion users. Overnight, ChatGPT went from 0 to 100 million users in 2 months. We're not just facing one singularity, we're facing two singularities amplifying each other. 3 futures. So where does this lead? Let's talk about the 3 futures ahead of us. Future 1, post-scarcity abundance. AI becomes so productive that it generates unlimited wealth. Governments implement universal basic income. Housing, food, healthcare, all handled by AI and automation. Work becomes optional. This is the Star Trek future. The problem? It requires the people who own the AI to voluntarily redistribute the wealth. This is the least likely path without major policy intervention. Future 2, extreme bifurcation. A tiny elite owns the AI. They live in unimaginable abundance. Everyone else competes for scraps in the gig economy. You're underemployed, underpaid, perpetually insecure. Think Gilded Age, but exponentially worse. We're already seeing this. The top 1% now owns more wealth than the bottom 50% combined. AI accelerates that. Future 3, regulatory intervention. Governments treat AI like we treated nuclear weapons. Too dangerous to leave unregulated. Antitrust enforcement breaks up the tech monopolies. New taxes on AI productivity fund social programs. We create a new social contract. The problem? Regulation is slow. AI is fast. By the time governments act, the wealth has already concentrated. The jobs have already vanished. Here's the hard truth. We're currently on the path to future 2. The wealth concentration is happening now. The job displacement is happening now. But futures aren't inevitable. They're choices. The decisions made in the next 5 years will determine which future we get. So the question isn't just what happens when both singularities hit at once. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because whether you're ready or not, the convergence is already here. Here's what you need to understand. This isn't a prediction. It's already happening. The companies making these moves aren't waiting. The investments are flowing now. The automation is deploying now, but you're not most people. You watch this video, you see what's coming. Now time for the treat. We are offering our subscribers a detailed PDF that will educate you on different LLMs and their use cases. Drop your email using the form at the top of the description to get the PDF for free. You will also get free bonuses, tools and tricks to educate and train you about AI and its future. So people of our community are not the AI victims. The AI Singularity and the Economic Singularity aren't separate events. They're two sides of the same transformation. And whether that transformation destroys us or elevates us depends on what we do right now. The race is on. Make sure you're prepared.